Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and pickup videos are dead. And by pickup videos, I'm talking about video game pickup videos. I think those videos just might be dead. If they're not completely dead yet, they're definitely dying. And the reason that I think that is because back when everybody had enough money to buy some video games, like more video games than they normally would, pickups videos were fun because you could watch a pickups video, see a game that someone else got, and then say, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and snag that too because I didn't even realize that game was out. I didn't know that game was available. But now that I know it is, I'm going to see if I can find it for a good price and I'm going to go pick it up. And I think that's what was one of the big draws to pickups videos. I know for me, that is what it was, and that is what it still is today. I don't watch as many pickup videos as I used to, but the pickup videos that I do watch, if I see something that I'm like, oh, you know what, that's cool. I didn't know that was, out, or I didn't even know that video game was in existence. I might just say, let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to turn around and go buy it that day, but I'm going to try to do my due diligence and see if it's something that I can trade for, if there's a store near me that might have it at a really cheap price. I'm going to see how I can, pick the game up for as cheap as possible. And even the other day, like I did a video where I was showcasing some video games, and I can't remember what game it was, but one of my commenters was like, I never even knew that game. I didn't even know that game was in existence. I went and I snagged it up and I added it to my collection. So that's the cool thing about pickups videos, because they can be very informative for people who are collecting, but not that many people are collecting like how they used to. So I feel like pickup videos these days are met with a few reactions depending on what you get, right? So like if you do a pickups video, like I've done pickup videos where I talk about, some of the more common stuff, like some common 360, some common PS3 stuff. And if I do a video like that, pretty much no one watches it, right? Like no one really watches that because no one was really watching those types of pickup videos, even when pickup videos were hot. A lot of the times when people tapped into pickup videos, they were looking for the uncommon games, the games that they don't see at their local GameStops often. It didn't necessarily mean that they had to be expensive, but of course people were drawn to the more expensive games. So if you do a pickups video, like I did a pickups video on just some commons, no one's really gonna watch. A few people might recognize it and comment and then move on. If you do a pickups video and you show like a bunch of really rare stuff, then it's like, oh man, you're flexing. It's like, oh, all this guy wants to do is show us all his expensive games. And I think that it's just different now. It's different. Back when everybody was in a position to pick up as many games as they wanted because money was so free flowing, it was different. People love those videos a lot more than they like them now. I'm not saying people don't watch pickup videos now. I'm not saying that people don't like pickup videos at all. I'm just saying I feel like they're not as popular as they used to be. And I'm going to continue to do them. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind showing my viewers and my subscribers the things that I add to my collection because I know that the hardcore viewers, the hardcore subscribers, they do appreciate those videos. They do like to see what I'm adding to my collection. And I know because they message me. They might message me on the side. They might hit me up on Instagram. Some of them leave comments down below. And the ones who are rocking with me, they're like, man, that's a cool find. Or, oh, man, I haven't seen that game in forever. Or, oh, man, that's really cool that you snagged that up. But then there's always going to be that segment of people who are just like, they just want to see the negative in everything. You know what I mean? Like they want to see, like, I think some people wake up with their glass half empty. Like they've woken up with their glass half empty their whole lives, man. And they really need to have a life experience that helps them to see that same glass is half full. But yeah, I think that's a big part of the reason why I think pickup videos just don't hit like how they used to hit. What do I think people are looking for these days from video game YouTubers? I think one, people definitely want information. They want to know about things that's happening in the collecting scene, or things that might be happening just in video game news. I think they might want some of that information, and I think that's kind of what they look for. And you have channels that do a lot of that, right? Like you've got the Spawn Waves. You know, Spawn Wave is usually on it. He's kind of like the CNN of all things video game news. And the cool thing about Spawn Wave is that he has the technical knowledge too to kind of like back up what he's talking about. Like he knows what he's talking about from not just from the raw knowledge, or not just from the raw information that he's kind of sharing with us, but he also has like a background in dealing with video games, modding video games, at least from some of the videos that I've seen of his. So I think people want video game news. I think people do enjoy sharing in the video game experience with you vicariously. You know, Heck and Steve did a video the other day talking about how having a large collection sucks. And he recommended that people just live vicariously through larger game collectors, you know, like the RNG gamers and, the Metal Jesus folks and things like that. So, and, I think that that's cool. And I think people could do that too. But I think a lot of people kind of would rather play the game. Like some people would rather play the game. Some people can live vicariously through those bigger YouTubers. It just depends, right? Different strokes for different folks. But my point here is that that sentiment that Steve shared kind of highlights what I'm saying, right? Which is that, people aren't really sweating the pickup videos like that. And I don't know. I just don't feel like they hit the way they used to. In 2025, it's going to be really interesting to see like where the gaming community goes, what the trends are going to be. We're way past the collection challenges. Like, I don't really know if anyone's doing that. We're way past the, like, even though I'm about to start one, right? I think I'm going to call it Switch Mode. I talked about starting a new collection challenge, and I asked everybody for their opinion on what I should call it, and everybody suggested Switch Mode. So I think I might go with that. But yeah, a lot of the things that gaming YouTubers did before just don't hit like how they used to. And pickup videos is definitely one of them. I'm gonna continue to share what I pick up just because, like I said, I know people on the channel appreciate it. They want to see what's going on. This case right here, this is where I keep all of my third and fourth generation games. So all of my NES games, all of my Sega Genesis games, all of my Super Nintendo games, all of my loose cart Super Nintendo games down there. I don't have a ton of boxed Super Nintendo games, like complete in box. Those are my only complete in box Super Nintendo games. So what is that, 5? I only have 5, and I only have 2 complete in box NES games and 1 complete in box N64. Everything else is Sega Genesis. All my Sega Genesis stuff though is complete, and I'm a huge Sega Genesis fan, so it goes deep with the Sega Genesis. But I gotta put all of these Super Nintendo pickups, I gotta kind of put them away, and that's what kind of made me think about this and share this with you guys, because I was like, man, I did a pickups video today, and I think people appreciated it, but I don't feel like they hit like they used to. And I think some people are just over it. Like, I think people are over pickups videos. But let me know what you guys think. Am I right on that? Are people over pickup videos? Do people not care anymore? Do people still want to see that stuff? And if not, what do you watch video game YouTubers for? Like, what do you look for in a video game YouTuber video? Let me know your thoughts on this. And I'm going to go watch the second half of this Laker game. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.